Special presentation produced by VPN Foundation, Central Florida, benefiting art education for children.
Welcome to Mix and Mingle. I'm Stacy Dennison, your host, bartender, and craft cocktail connoisseur. Join me as I interview some of the Bay Area's best bartenders, and we teach you how to make the perfect drinks. Cut. Sorry. I got all tongue-tied and flustered. Okay. Hi, welcome to Mix and Mingle. I'm your host, Stacy Dennison, and on tonight's show we have Miss Sarah Carfee from Cody's Original Roadhouse in Bel Air Bluffs. Originally from Indiana, Sarah moved to Florida in 2015 and started working in the kitchen of Cody's. From there, she kind of worked her way around the restaurant and moved her way up to lead bartender, and actually was recently just promoted to back of house manager. So welcome, Sarah, and congratulations on the new promotion.
Thank you for having me, Stacy.
You're welcome. So for those of our viewers that have never been to Cody's Original Roadhouse before, tell us a little bit about it.
Cody's is a fun atmosphere for family or friends, whether you're from here, from out of town, or know somebody that lives down the street. Cody's is a place to go. We have 2-for-1 specials on happy hour every day until 7.
Nice.
Wednesdays all night long. And we also have fajita night 2-for-1 as well on Wednesdays.
That's a deal right there. Wednesday nights, Cody's the place to be.
And we open early on Fridays and Sundays. Fridays at 11:30, Sundays at 12, and happy hour starts right then and there.
Oh wow! So getting tipsy with lunch, I like that.
Right down the beach too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me, Sarah, what are you going to be making this evening for us?
I'm going to be using Absolute Citron and everything tonight. I'm going to be making a lemon drop martini. I'm making a spicy Bloody Mary and a Bay Breeze.
Nice. So we're going to be starting out with the Bloody Mary, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I love a good spicy Bloody Mary.
It's spicy. I came up with this recipe on my own one day. I just started adding stuff to it, tasting it, adding it. I use our Cody's steak sauce in it, which I think is a key main ingredient. There's jalapeno juice, pickle juice, Worcestershire, raw horseradish that I put in the night before to let it sit and absorb that flavor in it. And it's got a real whole, hearty, spicy tomato. Like if you like spicy V8, like it's kind of along those lines, but more the Bloody Mary, obviously.
Nice. So that's it's a good drink for hair of the dog, as they say, right?
It'll put some hair on your chest, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Can you make this?
All right. So let's get at it.
All right. I use salt on it a lot. I don't. It kind of depends on, I guess, where you go and how you make your Bloody Marys, but to me on a Sunday, after you've been drinking all night Saturday, the more salt the better, right?
Definitely. It helps with the rehydration.
It does.
So, Sarah, this is technically your Bloody Mary, right? Like, this is not a Cody's recipe. You put this together yourself with that mix, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So, everyone, go into Cody's Original Roadhouse and try a delicious Sarah Bloody Mary.
So I just do, obviously it depends. You can use a short glass, but I always use tall glasses just because it balances out the flavor more.
Okay.
So I always do a shot in the tall glass, and then this afterwards.
Yes, so that our viewers can see.
Yeah.
And as you were saying before the show, some people actually buy this and use it as marinade, is that right?
They do, yeah. They do.
So what would you marinate in the Bloody Mary mix?
I've had people do it in ribeye steak, prime rib in a crock pot. People have mixed Fireball with it and made it as a marinade.
Wow.
Or people just come in and buy the whole bottle because they want to take it home and make their own drinks at home.
Nice.
And it's convenient that way.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, that is one beautiful Bloody Mary. I don't know if everyone can see there. The nice garnish of, what do we got on there? Celery and lime. Nice. Beautiful. So, all right, up next we've got what, our lemon drop martini, right?
The lemon drop next.
All right, let's do it.
So what is a lemon drop without a sugar rim, right?
Absolutely. Gotta have that sweet, the little sweet with the pucker to balance it out.
And that's what I do with my lemon drops. I try to make them a little sweeter because it should taste like lemonade, right?
Yeah, you don't want it to be like a lemon head, you know?
No, yeah.
You don't want to get that
Not
pucker
too sour.
factor in there, yeah.
So, do this in here.
So
Do
that's
a shot of the absolute
okay.
citron. And then a shot of Cointreau. Well, not really a shot, maybe half.
Okay.
Kind of fill it out. And we're gonna squeeze 2 limes in it.
Okay.
Or lemons, I'm sorry, lemons. And drop them in there as well to kind of get that lemon flavor.
Get all the lemon flavor from
Yep.
it. Perfect.
And I'm gonna put them in there, shake it up.
Nice little cocktail shape. The bartender dance, as I said last week on last week's show.
And then, of course, garnish it with a lemon.
That looks great. Let's get that up there for our viewers. Perfect. So, by the way, if anyone has any questions that they would like Sarah to answer in our Mingle section, please feel free to comment on Facebook Live if you're watching. Comment in the comments section. And speaking of our Mingle section, how about we go over to the lounge?
Do it.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to grab a straw on the way over here. All right. Cheers. Cheers. Give this a try here. That's really good.
Spicy?
It is spicy for sure. So if you like spicy, I highly recommend it. If you're like a friend of mine who cannot stand anything with even black pepper in it, it's not the drink for you.
Oh yeah, there's black pepper in it.
But it's good. All right, sorry, I had to get an extra sip in before starting our Q&A here. So Sarah, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you moved here in 2015 from Indiana, right?
Yep.
And you moved here and you had a goal of joining the Coast Guard, is that right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that, like what happened with that there?
I went through the processing. I went through MAPS. I got approved for my job. I was going to be a gunner's mate. And then the way that things happened, I was happier here. I was happier with my life here. And I fell in love with the community. I decided to stay in the restaurant business, which is what I known since I was 16 years old. So, and it's opened more opportunities for me. You know, to one door close, another opens.
Definitely, definitely. I believe in following the signs of the universe, and the universe kind of has the path for you. You just have to be open to it. So we're happy that the universe led you to our show tonight.
Yes, thank you.
So you, as I mentioned before, you started in the kitchen of Cody's.
I did.
And you kind of worked your way up, right?
Yep.
And you became lead bartender.
I did.
Which is awesome. That's awesome that you moved your way up. Now, what do you like best about bartending?
I love meeting the people that come through. Whether it's the regulars that I see every day, that I still see now, even though I'm in a different position now, I still see them and they're like, hey, how are you doing? It's those people that kind of jumpstart your day and get you going. They're like, okay, I know I'm going to have a good shift today. I know I'm going to have a good shift today. And you know, there's the people that are just passing by too, the tourists. We get a lot of people from all over the world.
Yeah,
and
you're right off the bridge to the beach there, so I'm sure you get a lot of tourists that go to the beach and they come off.
Fishermen, especially for that happy hour.
Oh,
2
for
for 1
sure.
until 7.
Yeah, definitely go to Cody's for their happy hour. That sounds great. And so, as you were saying with the people, like you always, with bartending, that's a great thing about it is you always meet all different people. They all have their own stories.
Oh yeah.
And people always like reveal things to bartenders. Like what they say in the movies, like when they portray bartenders as, you know, being kind of the person that hears all these stories, that is true.
It is very true. Yes, it is.
I've done it myself, you know?
Yep.
Especially, I'll say this, if you're traveling or whatever and you're by yourself, for some reason you just tend to confide in the bartender. That's like the safe space.
Well, it's really cool when people come to the bar too, and they're like across the bar from each other, but they're from the same part of the town that they, like in Ohio or something, and they're down in Florida.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, oh my God, I know you. Yeah, this
it's
just
always
happened
Ohio,
this last
by
week.
the way.
Yeah, Ohio and Michigan, yeah.
There's a lot of Ohio people.
Oh yeah.
So now that we've talked about what you like best about bartending, what would you say you like least about bartending?
Nothing. It's a high stress job. It can be, especially when you get really, really busy. But it's nothing that you can't work past. That once it calms down, everybody's like, "Oh, are you okay?" Yeah, I'm okay. I made it through. You know, it's still breathing. That I would say would be the only bad thing about it is
that it gets
everybody comes
stressful.
at the same time, everybody leaves at the same time, and when you're the only one back there, you're like, and everybody's like, hey you. You know, I can only get to one of you at a time.
That's true. And when you say, they say, hey you, would you say that is the most annoying thing that people can do? Yes, I would agree with you
Especially
there.
when you've told them your name.
Yes.
Or they want to tell you that they had less drinks than what are on their receipt.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that can get annoying. Or when they say, this is my personal favorite, sweetheart.
I'm not sweetheart. Baby girl, yeah.
So viewers, don't do that when you go to the bar. Just a little bar pro tip there for you. So I've always wondered this. So Cody's, for those of you that haven't been, Cody's Original Roadhouse has a snack that they give all their guests that come in of peanuts, and it's great because you can stack on your peanuts if you're there for drinks, wait for your food, love it. So one thing I've always wondered is, it's kind of encouraged to throw your shells on the floor.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So you guys truly do not mind.
We are a roadhouse. You throw those peanut shells on the floor.
It's kind of tradition to do that at a roadhouse, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it's not like a pain to clean up at the end of the night?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You heard it.
Not
throw
at all.
those peanut shells on the floor. But
it's our pleasure.
Only at Cody's. So, along the lines of the peanuts being the bar snack at Cody's, which is a pretty good bar snack, what's your favorite bar snack?
Probably our bar burger. I would say that also sells the most. Our bar burger, we have a lot of good bar bites that we have. We have fried green beans that are Cajun style, which are really, really good. And also we have options on there too that are on like the main menu. But you can get smaller size, like for the onion rings, boneless wings, and bone-in wings, you can get smaller portion sizes at the bar.
That's perfect. You just want a little snack, and yep, that's great. I love the fries that you guys have.
The road fries?
Yes. They're so good. So, what is and all bartenders have this, when someone comes in and, bar guests don't know what they want. And they're very indecisive. What is your go-to drink that you steer them toward?
It depends on if they want something sweet or what their preference is. A lot of people, like, you can name off a certain amount of drinks, and most people don't know what certain mixed drinks are. I always go to a rum runner because we're Florida.
Yeah.
We're tropical. We're known for rum runners. My family's from Michigan and Indiana. They come down here, what's a rum runner? Because they don't sell them up there.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
they don't?
No.
Oh,
no.
I didn't even know that.
My sister is a bartender up there, and they don't have them anywhere in the restaurant.
Wow.
But they come down here, and they know what rum runners are.
Speaking of rum runner, you said the magic word. Our sponsor, Code Rum, I just want to say thank you to them real quick, and huzzah, the pirate speak. Anyway, sorry to distract. It's kind of like Pee-wee's Playhouse, where there's like the magic word, you know?
Yep.
So, Sarah, tell me, what is your favorite drink to make?
My favorite drink to make? I love making martinis.
Yeah?
Martinis would have to be my favorite drink.
Like a regular martini or like the lemon drop like you make?
Any kind of martini. Just the classiness of it, the way that it's presented. And if you're good at making martinis, you know how to make a perfect martini without shaking it too much and adding it too much water to it. Because if you shake it too much, the ice will condense and it'll water down your martini, and people don't like that when they make martinis.
Definitely.
So,
like, you know, people think that, you know, martinis are just, you shake it and that's it, but there is an actual science to it.
It's an art.
There's an internal count that you have when you're shaking that, you know, you're like, well, if I shake it 1 count too much, it's going to be too watery. If 1 count too less,
I worked at a fish restaurant, and a guy actually told me that he wanted his shaking only 10 times, and he was going to listen for all the 10 shakes.
Whoa.
So when it comes to martinis, I guess it's serious business.
People take their martinis very seriously.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially James Bond.
Uh-huh.
So, Sarah, moving into what your preferences are, what is your, because I'm always curious, like when someone is a bartender for a living and they're shaking drinks all day, mixing drinks all day, what do they order when they go out? So what is your like go-to drink when you go out?
It depends on where I'm at. If I'm out to dinner or something, I'll get a Tangerine tonic but I have to get 2 limes with it.
Okay, all right.
But if it's anywhere else, if I go out, I'm watching a football game or something, I'm drinking beer.
Yeah, I mean, you have to drink beer when you're watching a game. It's just, it goes hand in hand.
Yep.
But it's funny that you said that about the 2 limes, because I'm kind of the same way. If I go out and I get like a vodka soda, I'm like, I must have 3 limes.
Yeah.
Not 1 more, not 1 less.
Nope.
3 limes. And what's your favorite go-to drink at home? Like,
beer.
Beer?
Beer.
What kind?
Probably Stella.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. The champagne of beers, if you will.
Yeah.
So, right now, if you're watching, as you know, if you're a Floridian, you know that Florida is under hurricane watch for Hurricane Irma. And God willing, it won't hit us. But that leads me to, you know, thinking about hurricanes and you being from Indiana. Have you experienced a hurricane party?
Yeah. It wasn't as serious as what we're going through now, but it was proper to have a hurricane party last year, yeah.
I think now with this storm, it's like everyone, you know, has skipped the hurricane party preparations and just gone to straight hurricane preparations.
I went straight to hurricane party preparations.
I mean, I did too, to be honest. So, speaking of which, if you had to throw your own hurricane party, what would be the vital ingredients? Like, what would be in your hurricane kit for a hurricane party?
Well, I can tell you what I have at home right now. Vodka, gin, tequila, and beer.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So are you like
and
drinking
wine.
them straight?
White wine and red wine.
Okay. Well, you have to have both. I mean, you
never know what somebody's gonna want. Yeah.
You drink the white till the power goes out, and then when the power goes out, you have the red.
Yep.
So are you drinking the gin and the vodka straight, or are you making drinks?
Oh no, I have tonic. With the vodka, I have juice and iced tea.
Okay.
I
think it kind of
Red Bull always works with
Red
cherry
Bull.
vodka. I mean,
Well, you have to stay up to watch the weather reports. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think when you stop using the mix, it's like how dire the storm gets. Like once the storm gets closer, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna start doing straight shots.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So this is a question that I ask all of my guests on the show. Describe your ideal bar in 3 words.
Fast, fun, and friendly.
Oh, the 3 Fs.
The 3 Fs, yeah.
So by fast, you mean like the speed in which you get your drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you go to a bar, there's nothing worse than when you're sitting there and the bartender sees you and never comes up and asks you, hey, what can I get you to drink?
Yeah.
So you'll go to a different bar.
Yes.
Because especially if you had a bad day and you're going to have a drink in the first place, you're going to take your business somewhere else if you're not getting your drink in enough time.
Exactly. And so my tip for those of you out there who work in the service industry or if you are an aspiring bartender, pay attention to your guests that walk in. I think the rule of thumb is like within 3 seconds it's like...
You should always be looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, even if you're cleaning glasses, you're in the middle of making drinks, at least acknowledge the bar guest when they walk in. At least, nod, how you doing, be right with you, something to that effect.
Yeah, especially if you're busy, even just to acknowledge that they're there and they'll be like, okay.
Yes.
That at least simmers it down a little bit.
I was actually just telling a friend today how I went to Savannah, Georgia recently, and we stopped in this bar, and in Savannah's a great city because
I used
of
to live in
this.
Savannah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So the great thing about Savannah is this. You can bring your drinks out and drink them on the street.
River Street? Yeah.
So you don't have to like stay in a bar if you're not feeling it. You can walk around with your drinks. So I was there with my best friend from high school. Jeez. Hi, Sarah. My friend Sarah. Not her. Anyway, we stopped in this bar for a drink, and we're just taking it to go. We were there for a good 8 minutes before the bartender acknowledged us. And there were 2 bartenders working.
Oh.
Maybe 5 guests, all taken care of. And we had to stand there and wait for a good 7-8 minutes. So that is a no-no.
That is a no-no. That's a big no-no.
So how about we go ahead and make our 3rd drink of the night, Sarah?
Let's do it.
I'm excited about this. Ugh. All right, so our 3rd drink
We're gonna do a Bay Breeze.
is an absolute Bay Breeze, right?
The point of the different size glasses also is to demonstrate how we do different ways of doing 2-for-1 at Cody's.
Okay.
So in our mugs, like what I have here, this would count as a 2-for-1. If you want to get a double, you want a double tall.
That's a big drink.
That's a big drink. And a lot of times most people will do rum runners or Long Islands in it.
This is a giant mug. I'm lifting weights right now with this.
Imagine with ice and liquid in it too, yeah.
I'm just gonna come to Cody's for my workout hour now.
I'm telling you, it's the best happy hour around. I'm gonna fill this up, guys.
So happy hour is until 7.
Every night Wednesday.
Except Wednesday, right?
Wednesday is all night.
All right. And Fridays and Sundays starting at 11:30, am I right?
Fridays at 11:30, Sundays at 12.
Nice.
So I did a double shot in here.
Okay.
To represent the double tall, if that's what anybody would be interested in. You pour pineapple juice in it.
Mm-hmm. So a half can?
I measured it on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do about a half can. But if I'm doing, it depends on the size of the glass of the drink.
True.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So do that. And just do equal parts pineapple and cranberry juice. And then I always garnish it with cherries.
Beautiful.
That's that.
That is beautiful. Let's stick a straw.
The citron gives it more of a fruity flavor
This
too.
gigantic straw, by the way, is perfect for this gigantic drink. There we go. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful drink right there. Oh, perfect. We have questions on our Facebook Live. So our production assistant, Dominic, is going to assist us with the questions.
What's a great drink during a storm?
All right. So who's asking? Should we know? Should we give a shout out to that person? Okay. So it's anonymous. Okay. What is a good drink during a storm?
If you're going for strong, do you have anxiety or something?
Well,
During
yeah,
a storm?
if you're in a storm, I would go
You want
for
something
strong.
with the most alcohol content in it? I would go for a Long Island, and you can get in one of those for 2 for $1 at Cody's Double Tall. That'll take the edge right off.
Or the second question, what is the happy hour?
The happy hour is until 7 every night. So we open at 3:30 during the weekdays. So it's 3:30 to 7, 3:30 all night till all night on Wednesday. And then Fridays 11:30 to 7 and Sundays noon to 7.
And it's 2 for $1, right?
2 for $1 on
Okay.
anything that's not frozen or bottled. So
Okay.
all of our house wines, our beer that's on draft, our house margaritas, or even top shelf margaritas, top shelf drinks,
Ooh, okay.
wild drinks, anything that's not frozen or bottled.
Right.
We
Nice.
do 2 for $1.
And you get it in this gigantic glass. Again, it is. This is truly heavy. This is like lifting a dumbbell right now, and I'm taking a sip. So.
It gets heavier the more you drink too.
I've earned it. I've earned the right to take a sip from hoisting it,
There you go.
and that is delicious. That's a good Florida refreshing concoction.
Absolutely.
So, did we have any other questions, Dominic?
Covers it.
All right, so that concludes our show for tonight. I want to take this opportunity to say a big cheers and thank you. Here, I'll give you your drink back now, now that it's not on display. A big cheers,
Cheers.
and thank you to our sponsor this evening, Cody's Original Roadhouse in Bel Air Bluffs. Go there, check out their happy hour, their Wednesday night free 2 for $1 fajitas, right?
2 for $1 fajitas and 2 for $1 drinks all night on Wednesday.
Nice. And I believe Sundays and Mondays, or Mondays and Tuesdays, kids eat
Mondays
free.
and Tuesdays kids eat free, just not at the bar.
All right, so if you're going in, don't take them to the bar, but you can still get the drink specials, right?
Correct, yeah.
All right, perfect. So also a big cheers and thank you to our sponsor, Code Rum, located in Florida. Again, huzzah to you, Code Rum. Thank you for sponsoring our show. And a big cheers and thank you to our producer, Von Reed. And a big cheers and thank you to the VPN Foundation for giving us this show, basically. Thank you so much to them. And if you are a local bartender in the Tampa Bay area, or you are a bar owner in the Tampa Bay area and would like your bartender to appear on this show, please go ahead and comment below on that Facebook Live or YouTube, or you can email us at info@vpnfoundation.org. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We appreciate you. We'll see you next Tuesday and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. live. Cheers.